I'm blue, dabba-dee dabba-die. Hey, you're Satan. Welcome, welcome, man, and thanks for the sub. It's appreciated, and you are appreciated. You're beautiful. When did I last play this game? 10
That's
days
a lot
ago.
of clankers.
9 days ago. That's indeed a lot of clankers. How are you doing, man? How was your Saturday? I am going to try a new drink. It's called Soda Libre, and it's like lemon and basil. It smells very much like basil, so it's like basil, not brasil. Basilikum und Zitrone. Yeah, it smells very much like the herbal section in the supermarket or something. Wonder how it tastes. Not bad. It tastes sweeter than it smells. So, like, as far as the scent goes, the basil is very much in the foreground, but when you actually drink it, it's more of a side note. It's still very much present, but like the lemon and the basil are quite even. Citrus basil ice cream, I hated it. Yeah, I mean, like as a soda, this kind of works. It's not something I would like drink bottle upon bottle of, but like I could imagine like on a hot summer day and then a cold bottle of this, like just one, could be a decent refresher, but like you're sitting in the evening, maybe not on a hot Saturday, on a hot summer day, but more like on a warm summer evening. Like you're sitting, I don't know, riverside with your friends, and there's a small barbecue going on, and then you drink like one bottle of this stuff. That I could see, maybe, but if you're throwing a party or something, then maybe don't stock tons of basil lemon soda. Okay, where did I leave off? I think I explored pretty much everything. Yeah, main quest, the only one that's left is the official ceremony to make my ascension to the position of rogue trader completely official, so that's still on the table. There's still Jai's companion quest, and this one I can't do until I advance to a later chapter, I think. Rumors, I'm not sure. Contracts. All the contracts are kinda like, they're all quite underhanded, so I'm not sure. Like this one is just selling slaves to some guy I don't even know who he's going to use for. This one I shouldn't have available in the first place. This one's bugged. This one I could do, but I don't really need promethium and chemicals, so I'm just holding off on all of that. Do any of my colonies need anything? This one is fully developed. This one is fully developed. Diagonus can still. Could still build this one, would lose complacency, would lose profit factor. But I kinda like profit factors, so. Underground workers. Machines will vaporize rock in their path, clearing the way to the most valuable mineral deposits. The serf clans operating them will never again see the sun, nor will their descendants. Gives me some plasteel. I have decent amounts of plasteel, but neither does this cost me much, so let's just execute that. And this is that weird one with the care facility for servitors, which just feels out of place, so I'm not going to do that yet. But how's your Saturday been, man? Do anything fun? Yeah, how about my little boat here? Can't upgrade. Though I have leveled quite nicely. All the posts are staffed. She still has no skills to do. Can I upgrade? Wait, how many? 944. I could... Let's see. This one is already upgraded. This one I can't upgrade. This one I can't upgrade. Already upgraded. What does this one do? So 2 extra range, cooldown 1 to 3. This one gives me 3 extra range, same cooldown. Costs 100 scrap. Yep, let's do it. How much for the next hull? That's a lot. Let's wait a little bit. Upgrade the RAM. I mean, why not? Wait. So that's just, since there's nothing else, nothing much else to do, not much else to, you know what I mean. So let's just go and see about finishing, what the hell is this sin skin? Ah. Please explain. Huh? Explain what? I'm a bit tired. If I'm slow on the take, please forgive me. What was I saying about explaining? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, me too. See, that makes 2 of us. I was just mumbling some stuff, so... Probably nothing of consequence. And where do I need to go? Where do I need to go? Talk to the Master of Ceremonies. Sounds like we're throwing quite a party. Yo, MC Von Valenki is in the house. And it still contains sugar, so I can't stop drinking it either. I'm never going to buy that stuff again. Maybe I will, but I don't know. Just give me tonic water or something. Much prefer that. Long live the rogue trader. Got to talk to Achilles. See if he's gotten better. Maybe of service. Tell me about the noble houses. Been to Kavagama already. The planet was tainted by the cult of the final dawn. Kidder shakes his head. These are grim tidings. It's a tragedy that an industrial world of such tremendous capacity was brought down by the pernicious influence of the arch-enemy. Perhaps my colleagues can pick up the cultist's trail in the cold void. Of course, it would be a small consolation to all of us. Didn't I have this before? Apparently not. Give you oak barrel-aged whiskey, but I can't drink oak barrel-aged whiskey, so give me like oak barrel-aged Fassbrause or something. Malt beer. Have to leave you now. See you later, my sweet Mary Jane. Are you going out with some friends? Going to party? There was your lordship, and this time concerns the main reason for my presence on this plan. I'm gonna go gaming. Alright, then have fun. Citizen, the threat that they pose to you and humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Coronis expanse. Warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals who are able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Driveston will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Victor Amrigas II. If I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from the rogue trader and his mighty void ship to avert a disaster. I think I've had this dialogue before. So where is the Master of Ceremonies? Well, let's check something really quick. Are you the Master of Ceremonies? No. Huh? Oh, there. Just like 10 meters from there. The servant in fine clothes offers you a deep bow. Your lordship, it is a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magnae Accessio ceremony. So you have been entrusted with arranging the festivities? I have indeed, your lordship. I have been given the high honor of being steward of this eminent palace. And on the occasion of your lordship's accession, I will be overseeing the preparations for the ceremony. House Drivestem, to whom you entrusted the arrangement for the festivities, wishes you good fortune and is sincerely delighted to serve you as they served the Honorable Theodore von Malenkis before you. Is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honor either have arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation to near orbit. The servants are already in their chambers to see to it that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Then let us begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. No pressure, no stage fright, no nothing. What's with that weird sound? Like, ever since I got that patch, it makes that noise every time I... in the loading screen. Rejoice, Von Valenka's subjects. In honor of his ascension, the new rogue trader generously shows you his favor. To remind the people of their humility and loyalty, for the next cycle, administration in all temples in the Von Valenka's protectorate will be performed without interruption. Every subject is to attend the service and offer a prayer of gratitude to the God Emperor. Keep the faith and praise the pious rogue trader. Do I have to click anything? No. They're still in their full battle gear. The crowd below is roiling, the electrified exultation filling the air of Dargonis. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonis! You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. A red honor bestowed upon us by the rogue trader Victorious II von Malenkis. Cleanser of Janus, who with one hand brought death. Why is this blue? Ah, decision consequences. Brought death upon the blaspheming Xenos, and with the other exterminated the despicable worshippers of the arch-enemy. Since the White was killed. A hush falls over the crowd, who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent Battle of Dargonis. Like children, they awaited the word of their almighty father. Let's see, dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical, never. Serve faithfully. Praise the Emperor, faithful souls. The darkness around us may be fierce, but the blaze in our hearts is fiercer still. Evil will burn. The crowd erupts in frenzied cries. Hundreds of people pull out knives and with ardent, jubilant howls carve crude, bleeding Akilas on their faces, sharing the martyrdom of the protector of humankind, the God Emperor. So much gold and white. Cassia stares at the crowd, enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exulting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator, a representative of the mysterious and powerful Navis nobility, is to your subjects. Adequate. Dragonis is not disappointed. Abelard forces the smile of satisfaction from his face and whispers to you. Remember the next part, yes? Your lordship will be asked to take the oath. The master of ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the Von Lancaster be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I, Victor Magnae II, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. I, Victor Magnae II, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through the pain to greatness. We are rumble. It is the war of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Wait, that was it? Wasn't there supposed to be like other rogue traders present? As my guests of honor and stuff? I thought there would be more. More pomp. Enjoy the reception. Noble features of this guardian of humanity burn with righteous fury and stern resolve. But is that supposed to be someone in particular? Or just a commissar? Why is there Eldar statues on my palace? Planet Beast Lights of Xenos now adorns the palace of the City of Glory exposure of the Cavernous Expanse. I'm not sure like the Inquisition will be pleased with that. Not at all. Bottles of Eclipse of Amasek, plates of Provisia Nobilis, and hookahs of Obscura. The Obscura was a drug, like in the actual tabletop game, if I remember. Here the Snow White parchment prayers for the brave souls of the House of Malenkis who carry the Rocket's will, and that of the Emperor across the Cavernous Expanse. What the hell? What's going on here? Condemned, Cabalite Warrior, Mutant Gunner. Let's show them how it's done. Everyone's just... Bam! Next. Perfect. 10 points. Everyone else is just like... watching completely enraptured. Yes. Yes. Well done. What the hell is that? Here, collecting Xenos trophy is a testament to how the Messiah's gifts become twisted shells of themselves in the hands of inhumans. Is it wise to just place that there? For everyone to touch and play around with? The veritable Nibel Rust, known as the Scipion Punisher, is known as the Scipion Punisher, and has served the Von Velankis dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia too. But the Dragon destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades. Securing status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. Nice. And this, interestingly, is the new turret model of the Lehman Russ. So they have both in the game actually, the old one and the new one. What's that noise? Incense altars. All this is, it should be Xenobeasts. A flare of thrilling danger to the mood in the palace. Oh, it's a Dark Eldar captive. His angry muttering crosses directly at the detestable monkey, promising horrible torture to everyone present. I will just hang him in the shooting gallery for everyone to have fun with. Where is my dear... Where is my dear... Abelard? Governor Evan Drivestem stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. You're buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Let's see, look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulent and Drivestem, you notice a couple of young nobles in sourback and gaprak colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dragonis have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armor adorned with a column with a skull is undoubtedly a high-ranking inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage. A ranky warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Abelard sits somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Yes, I've met her before. I know who she is. Take a guess at who is allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. Failed. Damn it! Even with the reroll, I failed. Study the faces of the nobles in attendance. Drivestem is, obviously, still the leader of the Dragonis aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy he is showing to young Sourback, clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sourback and Gaprak are whispering to another corner. Sourback, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to sway Gaprak to his side. Which could be quite advantageous to Lady Gaprak. After all, the disaster on Karagama has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Verzarians stand apart, their exclusion from the rest palpable. I am ready to accept your congratulations. Get on with it, man. Severed hand, what the hell? In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. Drivestem snaps his fingers and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points a thin, curved Drukhari blade. My soldiers took the splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Ah, it's a dagger, not an actual severed hand. Alright. Young Sourback squeezes through to be the next, pushing Gaprak aside with confidence. Your lordship, how Sourback anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach, my family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Okay. House Gaprak is delighted to present you with this blessed work of the Omniscience Smiths. May this locator matrix, which took the holy artist an entire lifetime to create, always show you the right path. That's not for my ship, but okay. Awareness bonus. Having let the aristocrats go first as a sign of deference, Abelard is last to speak. Your lordship, House Viserion possesses no verdicts worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich and talented and hard-working people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to colonies in the Protectorate and use all the talent so that the walls in your charge may prosper. Also my greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. Ah, there's Xavier Calcazar. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and faltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Victorian regards the second underline kiss. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adaptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask, mounted with dozens of augmentics, comes metallic rasp. Glory to the Vandalenkius heir. Come on, give me a lucky roll. Nope. But I gain attack use test. Among the many augmentations, what stands out is the horrible melt deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. What is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? And who is this member of the honorable priesthood of the Adaptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which, naturally, is not his real name. The esteemed Magus is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant... His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, erect breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues, warrant due caution. We have not been refused. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Order Xenos, that of the Coronis Expanse Conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure the sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. An unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask you detect a hint of mockery. Well, enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. What were we discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dagonis. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Such a terrible shame it is that the warp currents late our protector's arrival. There's an acidic hint to his words, but it's too faint for you to call him to account. Judging by young Sourbeck's unpleasant smile, it is not just your imagination. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to the raid on Dagonis with a punitive campaign. Young Sourbeck's smile is conceited and bloodthirsty. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. He talks ardently and smoothly, like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. Or they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. The young man in Gaprak Kalak speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in the circle. It pleases me to see such earnest faith. I must commend you. Sourbeck blushes and raises his chin. How Sourbeck is stalwart in his faith, your lordship. Are you imagining things, or did you just notice a mocking glint in the eye of the Inquisitor standing among the guests? And what is your name? Ah, no, it's his granddaughter, okay. Your lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia of Azarian and my great-granddaughter, Astartia. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with a barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, your lordship. Astartia bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Modesty forbids my esteemed forebear to say this himself, so I will. Our entire family is grateful to you for wishing to see someone of Azarian blood at your side as you claim your inheritance. Drivesman exchanges stunning glances with young Sourbeck, who, judging by his face, is suddenly finding the collar of his expensive frock coat uncomfortably tight. Oh, is there a love story going on or something? How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your lordship. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Astartia's voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. Young Gapra keeps staring at Astartia curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Oh, how cute. Where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Satya frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception, where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. Saubeck smirks. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. So you wish to become my servant as well? Anastasia flushes and starts talking quickly and with fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course! I've been working on the project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astartia. I highly doubt that his lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run his protectorate. Abelard shoots drives him a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Hold your tongue, Urbans. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please continue, Astartia. Heartened, Astartia continues in the tone of a seasoned administratum clerk. Our suggestion is to set up a chain of stations in the void. Plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ship's route so that we may split into long warp jumps into a series of safer, shorter jumps from one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of journeys and the accessibility of colonies. More and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes Lex mechanic reports and accounts of starship captains. Asatia's vigor and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous of commentators. They all stand there in silence, trying to digest what she's saying. Abelard surveys the quiet nobles with triumph, and then looks at his great-granddaughter with pride. I hope the Viserion family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness. I am obliged, dear Astartia. Looks like Abelard is somewhat embarrassed by the turn this conversation has taken. Well, enjoy the evening. Thank you, your lordship. So can I talk to them all like in order, or... Let's see, Gaprak. Inquisitor, perhaps? No. This is pretty much done. Ah yes, the other rogue traders, I forgot. Where are the other rogue traders, though? Aristocrats. Don't remember seeing any of their names anywhere. Maybe I have to go back inside. Just check something really quick. How much more of this stuff do I have to drink? Not much. We're almost done. That tastes like garden. Flowers. That's just my crew. Those are my private chambers, are they? No. Belonged to a presumptive governor of Viebus 6 who staged a revolt hundreds of years ago. The insurrection... In this sands, preserved against the decay, still rest on the sword's hills. Serious instruments of death. That's just a revolver. Probably displayed weapons that belong to the distinguished rogue trades of House von Lankis. Obscura, Sumner, Black Lethe, the guests of the rogue trader can enjoy the most exclusive and refined varieties of intoxicants. There they are. Chorda, Doloroso, Winterscale. Okay, let's do them last. To check the rest of the party first. Skull of the legendary pirate Lakshman the Freak, who terrorized the corrosive expanse 3 centuries ago. Was claimed in a boarding attack by the esteemed Theodore von Valankius. And also got busy with the rejuvenate treatments then. Yeah, but this celebration will end in a shootout, yeah. I hope so too. Great day. Pure chaos. How can people think so much? Where's the rest of my troop? Oh, there's still Heinrichs. And more of the Sauerbacks. Group of aristocrats stands apart from the gallows circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in Sauerback colors. This must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Messiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he was conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Gaprak. It is difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. Observe the guests. Toriana Gaprak looks rather anxious. Macarius Sauerbeck, dressed surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such a high rank, is frowning suspiciously. Came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Can I actually see that? And this is him. I mean, they wear pretty much the same dress, just different colors, so... Heinrich, who joined the group unnoticed, however he did that, mostly keeps silent, listening intently to their every word. Hi these days, Toriana. Like a forging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kavagama was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubist Delphin betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I'm ready to accept any punishments. Can I just, like, succeed any one of the perception tests today? Tell me more about your family. We Gapraks originate from the Klix sector, from the cluster of planets known as the Lathe Worlds. We worked faithfully for the good of our masters there, the Adeptus Mechanicus, and through our service we gained the spark of the Messiah's knowledge. Then fate tied us through the bonds of fealty to the venerable Valankius dynasty, and we found ourselves in the corrosive expanse. Generation after generation we fulfilled our duty faultlessly, until Kavagama destroyed and disgraced our name. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Kavagama, and your house will be forgiven. Toriana raises her mechanical eyes to this healing. I swear on the Messiah's all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. Macarius scoffs. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Gaprak's usefulness. Yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. Macarius, I'm surprised you deign to make an appearance here this evening. Macarius' face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side all the more prominent. I am a servant of the Von Lankis dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has you so displeased, Macarius? I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked and I will answer. Too long has the Cronus Expanse lived under the rule of the rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Current Voidveer's people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodor's demise and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. Got a bunch of options, let's see. Some of the envy rogue traders. Finally. Rogue traders are not renegades vested with authority. We are the long arm of the Imperium, and I shall prove it to you. I wouldn't dare accuse you of anything, your lordship. I'm simply concerned. If you happen to lay my concerns to rest, House Sauerbeck will be praying for your well-being every day. I wish to know more about House Sauerbeck. The Sauerbeck line was one of the first noble houses to arrive in the Cronus Expanse. For millennia we have served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sauerbeck warriors have bled in 100 wars and at different times have ruled a great many colonies of the von Vilenkis dynasty. I see. I would like to become better acquainted with your wife. Macaris is visibly vexed by this shift in the conversation. His wife offers you a reserved smile. It is an honor to be in your company, your lordship. The countenance is familiar somehow. Could it be a resemblance to the image of Saint Meletta? I wouldn't dream of claiming to bear any resemblance to a great saint. I like her virtue. Regina makes eyes at you before demurely lowering her gaze. Regina gives you a charming smile. Meanwhile, Torana and Macaris are watching the conversation unfold, not quite believing their eyes and ears. I shan't continue to test Macaris' loyalty by speaking with a beautiful wife any longer. I am glad to know that you think highly of my beauty. What the hell did I just do? Macaris' face in deep red is only too ready to change subjects. What the fuck, I shouldn't have done that probably. Let's talk to Heinrichs. Interesting conversation. It's been very illuminating. Given me plenty of food for thought. Come on. Heinrich looks away, tracking the guests' movement around the hall. Even leisure never ceased to be of help. I appreciate it. That is why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. Becoming Gregos II before this gala concludes, there is something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense that a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Don't I have that reroll thing still equipped? Yeah, reroll. Another reroll. They changed some of the interfaces. Why is this green, for example? Focus melter gun. What's with the plus? Doesn't say what that means. Weird. Swan Protector. When did I get that? Hotshot Last Gun. Rate of Fire 4. I mean, this could... It has less armor penetration, less damage per shot, but it has more shots, it has dodge reduction. It has more range. Burst fire. Yo, Galaxy. Hey, man. How you doing? It's actually equipped that. Could be interesting. So this has 30. This has a bit more armor penetration. Okay. Also, they change. Additional hit chance. Been too far a flight at the moment, just part in the flight smart. How you been? I've been doing fine. Had a nice relaxed Saturday. Spent like the entire noon time playing some Shadowrun tabletop RPG, which was quite cool. And now I'm here, just playing a bit of Rogue Trader again. So do you have Janus Noble, Wharton the Grey? I remember the horse is also there. Why are you flying? Sorry. Victormgarus II, it's my pleasure to congratulate you on claiming your inheritance. Now you carry upon your shoulders the great duty entrusted to us by the Emperor himself. To oversee the sector and remain vigilant as we strike down any and all corruption that dares raise its head in your domain. You have been acquainted by the moment, and you are already getting to work on the new blood with your servants. Then again, word is that you are as thick as thieves already. Well then, Victormgarus II, you are equal now, is that it? Caligus Winterscale examines you as if you were a curio. Observe the rogue traders. Caligus Winterscale is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile, no less dazzling than the weight of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and the desire to live and win. His smile is stripped, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. From San Diego to Winnipeg, which is in Canada. You're getting quite around. What kind of plane are you flying, anyway? Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation, and his bloodshot eyes are expressionless, like a pair of glass buttons. Incendia Chorda radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform adorned with purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. A 737-800, nice airline that I love flying in. Okay, now I need to check how that actually looks like. Because I didn't have much of an idea of planes. 737-800. Ah, it's like a smaller airliner. I see. Like a medium size. That's a lot of responsibility. Can you handle that? Hieronymus there lost, so he made a footfall. Gives you respectful none. Futuristic racism love novel. There is no love among the stars. Only war. How are you doing, Zibu? Welcome. Welcome to the Governors, friends. A worthy addition to the sacred fellowship of work traders. In this dark hour, more than ever do we find ourselves in need of a decisive and pious ally. I didn't come here with the expectation of becoming anyone's friend. Major misconception on your part, Victorious II. Winterscale, I am starting to get the impression that you do not like me. Watch the Nolan Batman trilogy. Like all in one go? All today? Am I supposed to? After you and Incendia made off with my footfall? It's bad enough that the warp storm has ravaged my protectorate and ruined my hunt. Now my dearest comrades are busy divvying up my territories behind my back? Yep. That's quite an undertaking. How do you like it? Still a classic trilogy. I don't remember the third one much, to be honest. I only saw the third one once in theaters, but never after. The second I saw a few times, and the first I saw at least 2 times. Which one do you like best? I heard that Caligula's Winterscale was a daring explorer, hunter and trader. But all he does is blame circumstance for his failures. Me, Incendia, the warp storm, anything but himself. Caligula's eyes flare with fury. You wish to serve as an example and show everyone how to endure the whims of fate? Excellent. While footfall was in my charge, I graciously guarded its trade routes. But now their safety is no longer my concern. In accordance with my privileges, I hereby declare for abundance in the neighboring citizens to be a free hunting zone. Any item of cargo procured in it by a subject of mine will be considered a fair trophy rather than the proceeds of piracy. How fast your protectorate? Protectorate? More like the breeding scraps of one. The warp storm tore to shreds, but my servants will piece it back together. And if they don't, I'll chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. I would say that the first one is the best one. Really, the first? Interesting. I would have expected that most would flock to the second. Something strikes you as strange. Caligula's Winterscale wasn't always this nonchalant about his protectorate. He used to be known as shrewd and business-minded, even concerned for his subjects. But it seems he has grown bored of ruling. Well, I am glad that the matter of footfall is settled. Of course you are. I doubt you would be glad if I came here with an army and reduced your capital to ruin. Well, Incendia, your support is greatly appreciated. Still surviving and going forward. Oh, that sounds so rough, see, but I'm sure you're doing better than that. Just, life is more than just surviving. As a appreciator of the fine arts as you should know. As is yours, Victorious II. I come bearing generous gifts for your protectorate. It is a sign of my gratitude to you not being tempted by the words of Footfall's master and for not going against me. Rogue traders must unite against heresy and waywardness. I hope you will become a trusted ally and not follow in Theodore's footsteps. Incendia's tick strikes again, contorting her face. Do you try to survive socially also? Is this like going into aren't we all wearing masks territory now? Why in such a glum mood? Maybe you shouldn't have watched that much Batman. Medicaid test failed. Wait, then did I have 80% chance or 5% chance? 80. I managed to fail an 80% chance. The priest holds up his hands in a placating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? Outside of me, which once held I was too, but my storage group of crippled, it's 100. It's 100 gigs? What the fuck? Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Zendia's smile, wrecked by a tick, looks sinister. Faith is everything to me. In his name I have eradicated corruption in 100 worlds and will do so in 1,000 more. By his will I hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the Chorda name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. I believe you understand me. After all, your ascension was accompanied by the sounds of holy hymns all over the planet. With the song of righteousness on their lips, your subjects walk towards a dark future filled with blood and trials. The funny thing is, people still call me full-time tyrant in all of this. Calicus's amiable smile somehow resembles the bare teeth of a wild animal. But I'm not just trying to survive, Zebu, I'm trying to live in society. So don't let Batman drag you down. How is footfall these days? I am setting that pirate end straight. Having sensed the approaching reckoning, a number of blasphemers revolted, and I had to remind them that all that we have are blessings granted to us by the grace of the Emperor. Air being one of them. The empty modules will be given over to the St. Drusus mission, once they are repressurized. Under the esteemed Incendia's rule, footfall is headed for purgation and prosperity, but its burden of depravity persists still, and this is a heavy one. Calicus's tone is merry and teasing. Why, I've heard that footfall is now being patrolled by your punitive squads. Oh, pardon me, confessional units, was it? And any accusation of lacking piety is enough to warrant an arrest. Prosperity takes such fascinating forms. I take it you're not overly fond of Theodora, by the way. Zendia lowers her eyes and says without animosity, she was of the same breed as Asp. Conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. Do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. Asp. That must be Aspice, or Aspis, or however you bloody say that name. Aspis Chorda. Remember the name. From what you recall, she was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Well, I for one like Theodora. The stars that told of her travels to the neighbor stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. Ah. Who is Aspis Chorda to you? Oh, this is Zendia's favorite subject. She just loves talking about Aspis. The example of the contemptible Aspis is a warning to us all. Even among rogue traders, empowered by the Emperor himself, a seed of perversion can blossom. You notice Incendia seemingly freeze and choke up at the mention of Aspis. But the priest's condemning words cause her icy rigidness to evaporate, and the dark eyes fill with righteous fury. Incendia's face twitches with the rhythm of artillery fire. That reprobate is my forebear and my curse. Aspis Chorda was a cruel, covetous, blaspheming monster. She fraternized with Xenos, she despised the faith, she robbed and slaughtered. She was drawn to dark secrets. One day she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the Cronus expanse. She was declared missing, but I know. The very day will come when we see Aspis Chorda's battle flagship once more. Well, in any case, I thank you for this visit, Incendia. The Emperor's faithful must support each other. Incendia smiles, but her smile turns out a little crooked as a nervous tick shoots through her pale cheek. I swear in his name, if you two start a liturgy right now, I'm going to back to my ship. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, booming laughter. But the frustration in his voice does not escape your notice. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. One can instantly tell that we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slaves of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Calicus should take the opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a rogue trader looks like. Oh, wait. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not like a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or, however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. Well, you two, it's been fun. Enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full. To justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Vicomte Gross II. The Emperor protects. Indeed, the Emperor protects. How did the Master of Ceremonies and the reception? Where is the Master of Ceremonies? Oh, again, he's right there. Second time that I just completely missed him. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard, if I may be so bold. Many guests have chosen to move in the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. What do you think of the reception? It's magnificent. I dare say it will live on as the premier high society vendor of the sector for many years. Let's mingle a little bit more. Maybe there's new dialogue options now. Let's see. Let's go outside. By the way, you see, I was lurking at some point yesterday, but did you finish Resident Evil? Hydrate, yes indeed. Why did it not work though? Why did it not trigger right? That keeps happening for some reason. Ah, that was good. Okay, there's no new dialogues here, so then let's end the party. Haven't been assassinated so far, or like haven't suffered an assassination attempt so far. No bombing, no sudden outbreak of demon invasions or anything. No Eldar attacks. The party is actually going well. I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you, lordship. Please don't try anything funny, man. No daggers, no pistols, no poison. Please. Now the game is probably itching to try and kill me.
We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
Ah, the man has a voice. The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in the chambers with the look of someone who's supposed to be there. He casts a cold assassin gaze over you from top to bottom. No one save Theodora has ever allowed this first liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you. Her face and imprint her readiness for immediate violence. The hallmark of professional bodyguards. My servant live.
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
Maybe we should, like, carry him outside or something. Well, if the Inquisition wishes to have a talk with me, I'm glad to be at its service. I mean, you could have just knocked and said, hey, how about we, like, retire to somewhere private? But if you want to be dramatic about it...
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
Thank you. I aim to please.
Master Van Kellogg's has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words.
Ah, Heinrich and I are buddies, you see.
What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you, then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows. Like a regicide player who just made the first move and is now watching for his opponent's reaction. What do you wish to know about the events of Janus?
Oh, I know it already. Even though you were quite effective at removing all evidence that could point to the blunder made by House von Valancius, it is saddening to realize that the rogue trader's connivance allowed a heretic who had been fostering a cult for years to come to power.
Well, that was not me, that was my predecessor. So how about you take that into account? Theodore was the one who appointed Vicenza, so what does that have to do with me?
As my colleagues like to say, innocence proves nothing. You have inherited not just Theodora's glory and wealth, but her mistakes as well.
Well, if that's your opinion, then I guess her misdeeds are set up in my dynasty's honor, I admit it.
Your humility is heartening. Rest assured, it will be noted during the investigation of your lamentable oversight.
Asking the Lord Inquisitor how he is so well informed seems like a stupid question. I don't think I will ask that. But if you knew what about what's happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error.
If that's so important, maybe they should have, like, given me a hint. If I'm apparently just blundering around.
Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
Well, what do you like to know about Kiavagama then?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiavagama should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubus Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
There's a little detail, it says von Valancius, not von. Which is actually the German way to say it, von. I wonder, like, he doesn't sound like he's a German native, but maybe he did some research or something. Okay, what can I say? I can vouch that it's not tainted anymore. Complex mechanism. Let the priesthood answer for the crimes. I think the first one is the best. I made every effort and saw to it that every seed of heresy was exterminated. The word of Kiavagama is tainted no more, I can vouch for that.
I hope you are sufficiently thorough. If you are not, you will be called to account.
And the Dark Elder? Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart. Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts? meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent.
What's this? Lord Inquisitor succeeded. Xenos made more attempts on St. Bruce's life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too? Ooh.
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Shit, I should have said that. Thinking what to do with the Sony PVM 14 N6E CRT. What? Is that a TV? Remember, Zibo, I'm a muggle compared to you, so speak plainly. Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvir about you?
Well, he's a heretic, so ask yourself how much truth is in there.
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character. But it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future.
Perfect.
I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
So she cooperated with you as well.
And benefited greatly from it. The world's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium.
I mean, that's true.
I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlass.
I know that Theodora was concerned about the fate of the dynasty and certain restricting obligations. Was it perhaps due to your partnership with her? Oh, now he's suddenly not voiced anymore. I cannot deny the possibility that Lady Theodora may have lamented losing some of the freedom that she enjoyed prior to my arrival in the Expanse. Nor will I deny that our partnership began with me exerting a certain amount of influence. However, you are not Lady Theodora. It does put the difficulties that encumbered our relationship to rest along with her. I do not recommend troubling yourself with affairs of the past, but they have no bearing on your present position. Theodora chose to forget about this particular matter. Follow her example and your fate will be the better for it. Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse.
I did notice that.
Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless?
You tell me?
The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and a method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorative fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents. Yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed. And this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Corligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting even more dangerous xenobeasts.
Can you please somehow find the way to say Aspis so I just know how this is pronounced officially?
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished,
Nope.
stabbed in the back by her own master of whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Well, is Heinrich staying my retinue or are you talking him back?
Which would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
Please say yes.
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the von Valancius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
Well, I want that, so...
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
The honor is all mine. So what kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges.
You can't have that,
I'm
can you?
merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them.
Well-meaning recommendations.
I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit.
I hope I will never see the day when he actually gives me an order.
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Can I use that like those ninja smoke grenades? Like I smash it on the floor and out come just Inquisition agents? That would be kind of cool.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
The rare gains 25 persuasion and the Inquisitor's decree ability that can be used once per combat. Momentum, burning, bleeding, and toxin effects are removed from all allies. All allies gain temporary wounds and armor until the end of... Impressive. Join the Inquisition. I'm not sure I want to go that far. On behalf of my house, I, Victor Garage II von Valancius, hereby promise and guarantee to offer the Inquisition any assistance it may require. The Emperor protects.
I am glad to hear it. Your oath has been heard and added to the record. Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Now it's time for him to like swirl the cape like the Phantom of the Opera and disappear.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
Ah, good night to you, my sweet prince. I wonder what the Master of Ceremonies thinks, like that he just fainted? Oh, it was such a stressful day, Lord Inquisitor. Oh.
The rise of the rogue trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the von Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
Bum.
Unthinkable.
Hey Slizoni, how you doing, man? There. You have spent the first 3 hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dagonus and its everyday life. The life that has been passing you by lately, as you have been preoccupied with the affairs of your protectorate from dawn until dusk. Clementia barely contains a yawn. Once the Andrus Stanrock is finished, she pulls out a data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here. We just need to go over the final items of today's agenda, but I would like to report to you personally. Truly, the God Emperor has blessed me with diligent subjects. Speak. Allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects to the high nobility of Dagonus. It goes without saying that every living soul in the Protectorate is blessed to serve your Lordship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity towards their esteemed families. Mice, trading goods. House Gaprak has sent shuttles carrying sacred technology and manufactured parts that can be used to replace all joints and connections within mechanisms. The machine spirits of these devices have been pacified. They are slumbering peacefully as they await your decision on how to employ their capabilities. In the past cycle, House Drivesman tripled the ties collected from the House's subjects. Your coffers are overflowing, and the Governor has expressed hope that this modest gift will become a symbol of your present and future successes in your new status. That's a lot of text. Lord Captain, news of particular import has come from the House Intelligence Network. What's up? Just chilling. Had a relaxed Saturday. Played some tabletop RPG like around noon earlier today, which was very fun. And now I'm playing a not tabletop RPG at night. So it's a very RPG day today. What about you? Where was I? Oh yes. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Calcazar, and they are also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital walls of Houses Chorda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships and neutral systems. I do not doubt that the ladyship's Chorda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side. Especially since his lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the rogue trader inflicted brutal punishments upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you will be the first to know, your lordship. Lastly, Secretary Scalanda has articulated his desire to meet you in private. For security reasons, he has resolved not to inform you of the exact reasons behind this request. The Secretary is waiting at the doors to your room. He asks that you speak with him at the earliest convenience. Apparently the matter concerns the security of the entire Protectorate again. And with that, please allow me and Master Derek to take our leave. Perhaps the last request will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your lordship's stay on Dagonus has been rather long. However, your Protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that, for the time being, no longer demands your lordship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. Roll credits, peace is achieved, and I can just enjoy my money. No, I'm just kidding, there's going to be something terrible going on, of course. They changed the level up sounds too. Interesting. Then let's go. I like Jai the least, so she gets to level up first. They also changed the icons here. Okay, what does she get? Characteristic and skill. Ballistic skill, probably. Fellowship. Let's go with Fellowship. And... Xenos Law, perhaps? Or Persuasion. Let's go for some Persuasion. Apply. Dira. That's all maxed. Maybe Agility then? Or Intelligence? Weapon skill. I think Intelligence should be good. Warp Lore probably would be a good idea for her. Tech use, logic. What's her strongest? Yeah, Warp Lore. Let's go. She's already got willpower and perception maxed for the time being. So maybe Fellowship she doesn't really need. Maybe Agility. She doesn't really need any of those. She needs willpower and perception for the most part. Maybe Fellowship. Let's just give her Fellowship so she has a nice 50 there. Warp Lore is already maxed. So perhaps even more awareness. Let's go. What about my favorite bolter wielder? But it seems a bit cleaner and bigger. So they changed the menu a little bit. Strength, times perception, willpower. She doesn't really need any of that much. Perhaps perception. Here's enemy dodge chance, huh? Lord Imperium, Athletics, Demolition. She's my bomb specialist. Probably strength, right? Athletics is already good with him. He's my carouse specialist, which doesn't really see that much use, but it's what he's good at. Weapon skill, perception, agility. His agility sucks, so maybe perception. Or weapons, which is already pretty high, his weapon skill. Not sure what he would need his perception for. Looks like some of his bounty hunter thingies don't they take perception? Etc, etc, etc. 6%. How's that determined? Perception bonus 2 times, yeah. Let's give him a bit more of that. Tech use probably. He only gets a skill, he doesn't get another characteristic, that's kind of bad. Okay, he's got Xenos Lore. Probably Athletics as well. Awareness is not that high. Demolition, I've got Argenta. Let's go with Athletics. And now for myself. Commerce is very good already. Lord Imperium is quite high. Tech use, carouse, coercion. Coercion is the lowest still. Let's go for more lore. I kind of like the lore skill. My 2 important ones are already done. Agility is a nice 50. Could buff my willpower, so I at least have a 3. Like a nice 30 there. Alright. Don't fall down. Nice, what a panorama. Is there anything new in here? Oh, your lordship! Better ask for a few precious moments of your time. Critical information has come to my attention, however. Please let us first proceed to your study, lest we be overheard. If I may, I will get right to the point. After the attack on the Gonus, I focused my efforts on trying to discover how the Xenos were able to launch the devastating raid. According to my findings, the enemies of humanity received assistance from a hidden cell of conspirators. Gasp! No! My agents spent a great deal of time tracking and interrogating infiltrators on the Gonus and other Van Valenki's colonies. The results surprised me, to say the least. The former master of Whispers, Conrad Voidveer. Now we know how he's been able to dodge our spies time and time again. He has the technology of enemies of humanity on his side. Vile traitor. My agents ascertained the location of the base where Voidveer has been meeting with Xenos in secret. A station in the system of the 100 Dreams Crossroads. I've been there before. I mean, not the station, but I know the system quite well. The station is allegedly out of commission, abandoned some time ago. That placed into our hands is an excellent place to set up an ambush and strike where the least expected. It's only been 3 turns since the attack. How are your wounds? Since the Xenos attack, I've been working relentlessly to follow their cold trail. I've had no time for rest, but my body is functional. Its condition is beneath the Lordship's notice. So Voidveer has had a hand in this as well. That is hardly surprising. His connection to cultists has already been established. He is to blame for the death of her ladyship Theodore von Lankis, and he came close to taking your life as well. Another betrayal of the Imperium, this time fraternizing with Xenos. Although such crimes must come as easy to him as getting up in the morning. Then Dreams Crossroads, was it? Send the word, we are heading out at once. Consider it done. I will go with your lordship, for my investigation into this matter has only just commenced. That's fine with me. But what can I use in the map? Map? Okay, that works. There's the map. So what do we have? Trouble developments, wait for news. And travel to the 100 Dreams Crossroads. Void beacons. Ah! Network of void beacons allows Void to navigate the Protectorate in greater safety. Promethium and people. Take a look at that once I when I can see the resources here. Yeah, I've got people plenty, I've got Promethium. Gain security for all colonies, efficiency for all colonies, and profit factor. Of course. Seems I have no proper dialogue here again. Yep. What about her? Maybe she has some new developments for me. Nope. Then I might as well leave. And take to the stars again. I wonder if like the world map has gotten bigger or something. More exploring to be done. If I can build my colonies up further. Long live the rogue trader. Why is she standing there like that? Please don't interact with me. Fuck. Shireen, they're gonna is absolutely fabulous this season, wouldn't you agree? Incidentally, we've been dealing with the Atom of the Xenos invasion for 3 cycles now, and far be trying to hint at anything. But ceremony of the accession has long since passed. Yes, so what? Well, Shireen perhaps spent the time to visit the Administrative Palace with me. I'm worried that should we sail away on another voyage should start, I'm never pay my certificate. As much Shireen save all the best at the blah 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 blah. Leave me alone with that stuff. Maybe I will never do it, who knows? If you keep pestering me, I certainly never will. Let's take a look at the map. There's no obvious new routes I can take. Let's check the colonies then. There's also no new rank I can explore. Am I? No, I'm in chapter 3 now, okay. Let's check something. If I go like up here. Oh, there's no new, like, explore new routes or something. Got more profit factor, so maybe I... Nah, wrong thing. I want to go to the bridge. Maybe people have new dialogue now that I'm in a new chapter. Also, I would like to do some shopping. With the extra profit factor, maybe I can afford some new equipment. Yo, Vitesse, welcome. How are you doing? I would like to order shipping and transportation. I can actually afford the... But is there new equipment that I haven't had before? Enforcer Light Carapace. Agility. Cloak of Hatred. Area attacks. First one attack can be parry dodged. Parry put down. Conceived because of bad cold, so I thought I'd instead relax while listening to a nice stream. Well, that's appreciated. I hope I can give you some relief from your little sickness there. So have you played this before yourself? Or are you at least versed in Warhammer? Almost 42%. critical hit chance in combat is increased by double the agility bonus. That's not bad. Could be good for Heinrichs, perhaps. But too versed in the tabletop version. How can one be too versed? That's not possible. Okay, I've maxed out basically the entire shop here, so... But I can't trade with the... I mean, he did mention that the Explorer fleet has, like, vanished, but... No, I can't trade! Okay, what do you have? There's still that mysterious bugged out throne item. Resolve gain, Commissar boots. Feels like they changed half the equipment, like, slightly. It's weird. Movement points. Whenever the wearer chooses an ally as the target of their ability, the wearer immediately gains fellowship bonus divided by 2 movement points. It's actually not bad. Let's get that. Psycha's breastplate. When one loses combat when trying to count the armies one has, it might be a bit too much. Been collecting for 25 years. What kind of armies do you have then? I want to know. Pirate chainmail, monofilament grenade. Penetration from melee. Yes, I think they changed like half the equipment. It's a bit irritating, but I have to read it all again. Short range, 4 shots. Okay, that's the same as before. Cinema lance. I've got better stuff than that. Plasma torpedoes. 4 short burning plasmas. I've got better ones than that. Short range, 4 shots, 20 more damage. 5 melter torpedoes, 27 damage, but they're not short burning. But that's more torpedoes, and more torpedoes means more damage. Could have put in plasma battery. Long range, 3 shots, 33 damage per. That's all too expensive for me. Shape! Do you have anything to sell him? Sell to him? Nope, nothing. So now trading. Then let's see about dialogue. Not with her.
The Omnissiah knows all.
Okay, he's got nothing new.
Of course.
Why is there a servitor just lying on the ground? Idira, pick that up. Take care of that, please. Better that Heinrichs has some new stuff for me.
Let me preempt your question. You want to talk about what happened after the Magnae Accessio?
Perhaps. Yep.
An explanation. Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar deemed it necessary, after observing the new rogue trader von Valancius in a social setting, to have a private conversation with you. The lack of warning is used to dispose the subject towards a more direct conversation and less prepared answers. You emerged whole and unscathed from the encounter. Trust me, that counts as more than a happy ending to a conversation with my mentor. And you have been given a gift. An official demonstration of his opinion of you and your activities. I will struggle to find anything to add to that. We will not discuss this again. As I see it, the Lord Captain would do better to focus on his immediate duties than to continue ruminating on what is past.
Then he doesn't have much new dialogue as well. Sisters, Reynard's Death Watch, Imperial Guard, multiple Space Marine chapters, multiple Elder Crafts, Towards Harlequins, Necrons, Orcs, Tau. Pretty much everything except Foul Chaos. You've been busy then. I also used to collect a little bit, but in the past years
Greetings.
it's dropped off a lot. I just can't, like I was kinda active during like 5th edition, 6th edition. Started an Imperial Guard army. I have a bit of Space Marines, but they're like still half unassembled.
What? I haven't.
I have like a little bit of Tau, but mostly Imperial Guard. But yeah, like as I said in 5th and 6th edition, like the new editions just don't do it for me. I don't particularly like them. No new rumors as well.
Lord Captain.
I can't offer him my first name anymore.
Lord Captain.
I used to be able to, like, tell him that he can just use my first name, but apparently that disappeared. Well, then let's go here, which should be where the main quiz is. I could also go check footfall out. Your Lordship, we have arrived. According to my agents, this is the system where Conrad Voidvir and his pet pirates do business with the enemies of humanity. The Augurs detect no vital signs on the station, which means the next deal has not been negotiated yet. We still have the time to prepare a proper welcome. Have I been to that ice world before? Apparently not. According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the Pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous imperial colony. However, a sharp change in its trajectory, brought upon by the warp anomaly rating of the system, caused the world to distance itself from the local star. Less than a decade, the planet's surface was completely encased in ice, sealing a wealth of machines and artifacts over the imperial inside a glacial tomb. Scat. Magister Newman made a logical statement. Unverified information received from a nameless individual is likely to prove false. However, the factual evidence pointing out the authenticity of the ancient documents allows one to assume the rogue traders Augurs are not powerful enough to perform a more thorough scanning of the frozen world. Scan the planet using augmented Augur components. Looks like the Pilgrim's records were true. Your Augurs managed to locate the shapes of several imperial buildings under layers of snow and ice. Though one can only guess what purpose it used to serve. Develop a plan for changing the planet's climate without support from the Imperium. After deliberating, the senior officers and military decide that only the advanced mechanical specific technologies, etc., etc., etc. The workers should contact their representatives in the Chronos Expanse and secure future cooperation. Sounds good. Who do I talk to for that? Who do I talk to for that? Ah, it's a contract. The worker has turned to the sublime minds of the Magnae explorators. May they employ the blood machines of the Eldars mechanics to melt the centuries of layer of ice, encasing a lost and forgotten imperial world. Would be an unbearable burden for a commoners, just another task for the Messiah, etc., etc., etc. Takes phlogiston, promethium, and chemicals. Let's go. Are you melted now? Maybe it will take a while. Testing the Sony CRT works well. What is the Sony CRT now? You still haven't explained that. But what's like your favorite edition, Vitesse, if you're still there? Or maybe like, what's your opinion on the new editions? An old RGB monitor, 3rd edition. I've heard some good things about 3rd. I haven't read 3rd yet. I actually own the rulebook for the 3rd, but it's still on my backlog. I've read 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th so far. I do own 3rd, 7th, 8th, and 9th, but those I haven't read yet. An actual play experience I only have with 5th and 6th. And like a tiny bit of 4th, but not much. Basically doesn't count. And like I played 1 or 2 matches of 8th, but I didn't like 8th. It's just like like that removed half the game. I was like playing against a buddy, and for example, I sent deep strike troops in, and I was like grabbing my dice and was like trying to roll for scatter, and he was, no, you don't need to roll for scatter anymore, okay? But I placed them like in a piece of territory, so I have to at least test for dangerous terrain, right? No, you don't have to test for dangerous terrain either anymore. Just doesn't happen anymore. So I just place them where I want, and that's it. Yeah, that's like fine. And like no, like the completely changed rules for vehicles and stuff like that. It just didn't tickle my fancy anymore. Also, I'm not happy with the developments in the story. I know that people complained a lot about how the story in Warhammer was always stagnant and not moving. I didn't care, because for me it was always just a background, which I could use for like my own stories. So if like the main plot was just static, it didn't matter to me. But now it feels like they went too far in the other direction and just keep changing it like every year, and I just can't keep up with that anymore. And it feels like it's becoming like a bit too heroic, perhaps. For example, the Primarchs, they used to be just these mythological figures of old from a distant age that people barely remember. And now they're just like coming back and kicking ass and reforming the Imperium and stuff like that. So it's turning into more of a high fantasy story, it feels like. At least that's what I gather from what I like, from what I still hear of the lore and stuff. And it's just like not my Warhammer anymore, which is a bit sad. I would like to like it, but it doesn't work for me. And also the speed at which stuff is released. Used to be that rulebook gets released, a bunch of codexes get released, maybe like some side content like Cities in Flames or whatever. And now it's like every month there's new content and cooler, bigger miniatures and new rules, and here I have a side game there and blah blah blah. It's like with video games a bit. Like, gone is the time when you had like a game and then a year later you had an expansion set. Now you have like DLCs and cosmetics and stuff like that, and it feels like the same way with the tabletop hobby. And I just find that tiresome. Playing against my kids, I tend to stick to the 3rd and 4th edition. How many weeks do you need for a single battle? I don't know. As I said, I've never played the new editions much. I've been thinking about getting into Horus Heresy, because from all I've heard, that's basically the game made to cater to old cooks like me, who missed the golden age. But of course not quite the same. I mean, Horus Heresy is interesting, sure, but it would be more of an ersatz than like the true product. Your Lordship, I report that Conrad Whiteman and his pet Xenos will soon arrive. We have roughly an hour to inspect the station and set up the ambush. Unless, of course, you prefer to face the conspiracy at helm. Whatever course of action you choose, we should depressurize all compartments except for the main one. That way the conspirators will have no choice but to try and restore the station system using the main cogitator. And that is where we will engage them. That's what I mean, like, it's apparently rules-wise it's closer to the older editions, but as far as the setting goes, it's of course limited. It's like Marines versus Marines. It's just a frustrating position to be in, that, like, that place where you love an old edition, but you can't play it with most people. Or you can play a new edition that you don't love. So either way, you suffer. and you watch the hobby that you once loved just like distance itself more and more from what you liked about it once. It's slow and painful death. A shrewd and well-considered suggestion. I can see that you have taken the time to learn as much about the station as you could. Good work. Far from it, Master Van Callax. Last my options were rather limited. I never properly scouted this place. He lowers his head, too ashamed to bring himself to look Heinrichs in the eye. How did you agents discover this place? Rogue traders have their secrets to success, the Inquisition has its own. Thanks for the non-answer. Now to your game, how's it going? It's going well. I've been playing for... Let me check. I've been playing for... over 90 hours. 92 hours. With the other playtime of today, it's like probably 94 hours. And I'm in chapter 3 out of 5, so apparently it has a playtime of like 150. Since I have to read a lot of the dialogues out loud myself, you can probably add a bunch of hours on top of that. Because of obviously that makes me slower than if I could just skip through it. But it's going well, it's really well done. I mean, it has some flaws, of course, like most games, but it's really faithful to the idea. It's not a complete one-to-one replication of the Rogue Trader RPG rules as they were written down in the tabletop RPG, which I also have, by the way. Somewhere behind me there. So it's not a complete replica of the tabletop rules, but it keeps the spirit of the setting. And that's like just very well done. You also like, if you have read the books, there's like a bunch of names dropped and planets and stuff like that that you can recognize if you have the background knowledge. So I really like it so far. I haven't played Baldur's Gate, so most people have played Baldur's Gate. I'm playing this one. This is like my Baldur's Gate. So I think about how long it is, like one day I would be happy to finish it, but so far I'm still having a good time with it. Let's see, Shane. Your colors are so mottled, tattered and feverish, Master Scalander. I have not noticed such turmoil in your soul before. I'm sorry to have made you needlessly worry about me. Discerning the traitor's plans and preparing a place to capture him cost me a great deal. Where can we find the main cogitator? Regrettably, my agents did not have the time to draw up a map of the main compartment. The cogitator must be somewhere nearby, perhaps in one of the adjacent chambers. And where should we set up the ambush? We have 2 enforcer squads and your personal retinue. We should look for well-concealed or safely protected places that could fit enough for your people. The station may offer other opportunities that might help us to capture the enemy. I understand. I remain by the entrance and stand guard in the case Conrad and the Xenos arrive earlier than anticipated. Once you have completed the inspection, please make sure to depressurize the other compartments, your lordship. And may the God Emperor help you. Okay. Let's take a look around then.
It's about
Take heed,
time.
Rogue Trader.
Take heed of what?
Victory awaits.
Now space band is greater with a small unit. Perhaps if I go up there myself.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Doesn't work.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Doesn't seem to be anything up there though. So it looks like I'm not missing much. Have you played any 40k video games, Vitesse?
Achilles managed to pick up Conrad's trail after all. After his failure to unravel the Xenos plans, I did not expect such a quick result on that front.
Crimson and bluish grey prevail over Achilles. Has your censure so broken him?
And he's got no answer for that.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Move maneuver and the front spread blue from ambush. But I know this layout. That's one of the standard layouts for... Have I been to the station after all? What's a war series? Dawn of War is fun. I played most of them. I played the first, I played Winterscale, and then like 2 Chaos Rising and Retribution. I'm still missing Dark Crusade and Soulstorm, and technically the third, but I've heard mixed things about the third, so I might not play that one. Should probably put on this ring. Persuasion. But that's also pretty good. Lore Imperium and a reroll. Well, persuasion and momentum. Persuasion will be 7. That's like 20%. Let's switch that. Put on the commissar boots. They look better with the uniform anyway. Perfect. Can I do anything else? Dodge of the reticle is more than 40. Light armor. Dodge against human enemies. Critical hit chance and melee is increased by double agility bonus. It would be 12%. I mean, that's not bad at all. He would lose a little bit of dodge, which is also important for him, to be honest, but the critical hit chance is pretty good. The armor, of course. Agility plus 10. That's also not bad. Let's take a look here. When the rare hits an opening with charge, slash, or dance macabre, they inflict bleeding. Okay, that's still the same. For every kill, the bearer increases their critical hit chance by 5%. Weapon skill and strength. Let's go with the Flamer Digi weapon, which I've not used at all so far, I think. Measure psychic power, they gain willpower, 1 psychic power damage until the end of the next turn. Rather than fix the bleeding by an toxin effect, they gain an additional 2 stacks. This increases the damage of all effects by 2. Oh, this is in place of the cape. Interesting. But I think I want the critical hit chance instead. There's just too many options. Too many options. Willpower. Purium lore. Awareness. Maybe she can use that. Willpower, damage to psychic and navigator powers, but inflicts a penalty with weapon and ballistic skill. I guess that's alright, actually. She's still stacked with medikits and stuff. Critical hit chance, Medicae. Sorry that I'm just going through the inventory right now, but I just want to see if there's anything better that I can equip. Recoil. Check my Discord. If you say so. Where on your Discord? Your Discord is big. Probably tech stuff, right? No? English general. Scroll, 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 scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Should I do something with this posted yesterday? It's a big grey block. That we play Slaughterhouse or whatever the game was called, I forgot. What's it called? Slaughterhouse? With all those tubes coming out of that, it looks like a medical machine, to be honest. I'll just check that later.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Oh, there's even a confessor getting the people ready. Noise.
Follow my lead.
I've got turrets. Lovely.
The machine god grants me insight.
That will help greatly, I think. What are you? It's impossible to remove trophies from cargo since communication with the faction has been established, okay. Eldar equipment. Well, I can
None shall stand in my way.
can at least turn that into scrap, if nothing else. Evidence of tempering. It's a trap! Oh snap! You gasp, sucking in the poisoned air, each breath scorching your insides with liquid fire from throat to lungs. Every cell in your body is engulfed in maddening pain, as if you are being doused in molten metal, skinned alive, and subjected to yet another form of torture. You hear sounds coming from somewhere far away. The moans of your people, the shuffling of bare feet, and light footsteps slowly getting closer. I still unvoiced. Rogue trader, long-awaited meeting indeed. You can barely see anything through the haze of agony, but you still remember the voice well. The voice of the Xenos who devastated your capital world. Marjai's face is hidden behind a helmet, but his tone leaves no room for doubt. He's smirking. The Xenos turns his attention to someone else. You have proven quite useful, Monkey. An uncanny equality for your kind. He's speaking to Achilles, who is lying nearby, his pale face contorted in terror and pain, and his eyes wide open and tearful. I may find other uses for you in the future. You... Heinrich scowls hoarsely as he tries to get up, driven more by rage than physical strength. I will strangle you both myself. Marajai nonchalantly kicks the arm Heinrich is using to prop himself up and he tumbles to the ground. That seems unlikely, Monkey. Both of your fates are now mine to decide. Forgive me, Master Lancallax. Caduceus' voice is trembling with sorrow and regret. Server drives wine on the tech priest's scarlet robe, in a dogged but fruitless attempt to lift his body. The interior flesh has betrayed me. You must have punished it poorly, Iron Monkey. No matter. As a captive, you will now learn to apply the art of torture to make it fear the very thought of betrayal. May the God Emperor guide my hand when I bring punishment upon the traitorous heretic and the unholy Xenos. Marjak clicks his tongue and shakes his head. You disappoint me, Monkey. I've heard the pleas of millions and the curses of billions. You can do better. His last words fill your head like the deafening echo of a ship's siren. The gas creeps deep into your lungs, eating away at them hungrily, as the agony spreads down your every limb. You are suffocating. Are you enjoying the sensation? Had this poison made for you? Who could have thought that a Monkey would one day earn such an honor? A special gift from a Dracon, whatever. But you're suffering. I knew the taste would be exquisite were I to add a touch of the Dark Elder's talent for extracting anguish. Look at him swagger there. However, there will be time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you all one after another, I need you for a purpose, Rogue Trader. Kamara awaits you, all of you. Mandrakes, take them. Leave none behind. Do I really just get kidnapped now? Well, that's going to suck. Big time. Your consciousness emerges from an ocean of darkness and nightmares, as if someone's powerful hand reached into its depth and brought you into the light. In the dark room, long and angular shadows move around and exchange remarks. One of the shadows approaches you, ripping apart the veil of pain and revealing features that look familiar to you. Why don't you ever get voiced, man? How are you, Vic, by the way? I'm a little tired, but I'm fine. Did play some Shadowrun tabletop RPG earlier today. Which was very fun. Finished Darkwood yesterday, which was also very fun. Finished Max Gentleman's Sexy Business today, which was also fun. So I've been having a good Saturday. How about you? You're awake, Monkey? Marjai's voice is sickeningly sweet. He's looking at you with idle interest, rolling his soft and milky-colored objects from one hand to the other. Our toxin master spared no efforts to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the Nightmare Weavers. The emanations of fear exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you are brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal, Rogue Trader. Please watch this now, Batman's. Oh yeah, right. What kind of pizza was it? Did it have exotic fruits from faraway lands on them? Burn the Emperor's scorching light, you filthy Xenos. Marjai clicks his tongue and gently caresses the object in his hands with the claws of his glove, making it emit a little squeal. It looks like you have quite a taste for pain, Monkey. Have it your way, then. Resist the inevitable and know a new facet of suffering. The Dark Elder gestures to one of the shadows near you and your head is forced backward. Marjai brings the hand holding the strange object closer. Managed to make out translucent glossy skin, bluish pulsating organs beneath, and a little head with serrated jaws before the Drukhari pushes the lava into your face. Caper, pickles, blue cheese, and minced meat. Remove the caper and then we will talk. Carouse test failed. Well, I had like a minus 25% chance. Don't like caper? I don't. The last time I had them was like 15 years ago or longer. And they taste awful and I've never eaten them ever since. But you don't like pineapple on your pizza, so guess we're even now. Sensing warmth, the creature springs into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearable pain overwhelms you as the lava begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage. each of its movements causing a crunching noise to reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into the flesh and moves ever upward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. How can you schnitzel then? Just like pure schnitzel? Maybe with like a mushroom sauce, for example? Or what a Preiselbeeren in English? Or like berries? Hey Booty! Long time no see, nice to see you again, how you doing? Not with pineapple, no. I wouldn't be disinclined to try it. But I think the most adventurous schnitzel I've ever had was camembert on top of it. That was kinda interesting. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbelievably strong in its unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream, a quirk of the intellect exhausted by endless troubles, a calumny of a mind too weak for the burden it was made to carry. A stray light dawns at the edge of your perception.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
Was that the Lord Inquisitor? I do apparently have my equipment. Interestingly enough.
A new challenge for me?
For the breed of Zeus approach the threat to the Eldar. Psycho!
It's about time.
I just noticed it's the bridge. Just filled with much more blood, but this is basically the bridge, so I'm walking towards the throne. Yep, there's the map.
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
No, I'm a faithful servant. This thing is transferred from under the castle's headpiece, one wrapping around her neck while others drain her lifeblood through her weeping eye sockets and mouth.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Every exposed area of Agenta's skin is mottled with an intricate pattern of scarlet blisters, crimson indentations, and charred tissue. The area of light reflects on the countless tiny blades that look like it's splattered from inside the dearest body. All of the corridor's bones were broken, her augmenting armor was ripped from its socket. I don't care. What happened to her? Separated but not stripped from his body, the places where they connect with the organic tissue. Team with predatory millipedes feasting on the gargantuan blood and pus. Lovely. However, the Siren's limbs were amputated and soon back onto his body with remarkable skill and precision using human tendons.
Follow my lead.
The Tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader himself. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, his testimony will conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking lies and heresy. You dragged the spy into this trial and now expect someone who will lend an ear to a lowly heretic's testimony? I thought better of you, interrogator Van Kallax. I was so very wrong. Enough, let him speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Then let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the warrant of trade granted by the Imperium, the daughter of Magnae more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasy and heresy, killing the recurrent rogue trader, and went out of the way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the expanse. Thus, the rogue trader admitted to fraternizing with the Xenos, serving them as a puppet, rejecting the God Emperor's blessed light for the sake of this heretical assassin-based profit. You served the Xenos, your heretical light rebelled in the... I didn't! It's all a lie. Everything is wrong here. Died, you say? Magnae is alive. And she made you serve the Xenos. But who are you talking to if I did? Get one simple truth into your empty head. Your role in these events is negligible. You shall think me the Emperor of the Golden Throne if I so choose, and think me dead if it strikes my fancy. But this is not what matters right now. Just look in the direction makes me sick. Why must I speak to the filth? What? Huh? Rogue Trader, are you alright? Or was your heretical association with Xenos so disrupted that you lost your mind? The working words do little to hide his irritation. Dorothy is obviously displeased with the turn the conversation is taking. The Inquisitor leans forward slightly at the sight of your anguish. For a brief moment, the boredom in his eyes is gone. It's amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. It is painfully obvious that this heretic is dancing to your tune. His word against mine, you had lost before you even unsheathed your blade, Heinrichs. You did not worry, dear Lord Captain. It was not my intention to bring up unsupported claims. Heinrichs produces a data slate and skillfully manipulates the device to locate the necessary information. The interrogator gives the data slate a sour look and puts it away. There was not much evidence to collect, but the mere fact that the rogue trader inevitably ended up in the right place when the Ducari attacked his worlds and merchant vessels, even sometimes late, is the best proof that he was collaborating with other Xenos. Who else could provide detailed information about the Cabal's future movements and raiding targets? Cooperation is a double-edged sword. Sometimes you use your partner and sometimes your partner uses you. Which is what happened to the rogue trader. Lady Theodora used him to undermine the standing of the Imperium in the expanse. The tribunal remains silent, although those present cast anxious glances at your predecessor. It's getting more difficult to read. I should go to bed soon. But I can't end in the middle of the scene. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the von Magnae dynasty are. The rogue trader claims he has been waging war against the Dark Elders the entire time. Except, was there really a war? Or was it another carefully staged performance? Allow me to explain what actually happened. Victor Ghost, the second von Magnae, personally invited the Dark Elder to his world and then used their strength and resources to sow chaos in the expanse to gain leverage over his rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim while working with those who rob your neighbors blind and terrify the worlds that pay you tribute. Why should you profit from this rogue trader? Do you think I would not uncover your pathetic conspiracy? Oh, it actually worked. Rogue trader, you are destroying your only chance to make yourself useful to the Inquisition and to me personally. Do not tempt fate and do not resist the examination. Are you really saying that your war with the Dark Elder was not a hoax? Then how did you and your foolish subjects know the coordinates of the enemy ships every time? How did you know their targets? Do you think your expert on all things Xenos was shrewd enough to divine the carefully devised plan of the Cabal's finest? No. Only other Dark Elder could do that. And even then, only a few. This means you are in collusion with them. To find a way to connect the console into the monitor. You are a crafty one. You will find one. But that stubbornness does not befit a man of your pedigree or trader. But since you have decided to deny everything, I will summon another witness. I am sure everyone will find it interesting to explore the solid story from another angle. After the spell is lifted, staring pain pierces your body. Darkness clouds your vision and nausea creeps up your throat. But the wounds you manage to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. Ah, he's also not voiced. Come on, game. Just pay those people like a few $1,000 and have them speak the bloody text. Marajai Azirash, Dragon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest. First blade to Lady Lady Yeramaris, Viscrate of Illyridos, Blaze of the Barker Kingdom and Slayer of Corrosus the Pale. The commanding and human voice tears you from the vice of agony, and you see the silhouette of a dark elder whose very presence makes your innards clench. How dare you come before the Council of Archons in the Dark City with this lesser creature? Look at the Dark Elder upon the throne. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malicious, sharp-toothed leer. The Xenos' elaborate armor is decorated with skulls and patches of human skin impaled on countless blades and hooks. He carries himself with authority and ease, as though he is a ruler who holds the threads of fate of all those present tightly in his grasp. The female Xenos is wearing armor encrusted with jewels and stands calmly next to the speaker. Such behavior is typical of the Xenos occupying the higher tiers of the Dark Elder hierarchy, which means you are facing one of the Archons. Wait, so she's the Archon, or him? Look at Marajai. Triumphant grin erupts on Marajai's face, but the Xenos remains surprisingly composed and does not dare to interrupt the unknown speaker. And Achilles? Achilles remains indifferent to what is going on. It is as though he does not notice the terrifying decor of the hall, or the wounds on his tortured body, or the enemies surrounding you. His clouded gaze seeks out Marajai over and over, and, failing to find any response there, it roves from one face to another. With the greatest respect, mighty Nastrakai, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, first among the chosen, voice of the Overlord of the Dark City, bringer of demise, conqueror of 100 worlds. The Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes, Drake and Marajai, and no longer wishes to... Oh, it's a harlequin. A vitriol verbose to cut and thrust, keep time with fate's own machinations grave, but whose deft footwork leads to naught but dust. But from its brutal finish none can save this play. The puppet master granted me through murky stalls a path obligingly. The great puppet master has Vect himself invited you to this chamber? Deacon chokes in his own words but quickly regains his composure. No matter. You may be our guest, Arabenian, but you are merely a spectator in this performance. And spectators do not belong on the stage, as you are not already known. Do not interfere. The stranger presses a delicate finger to the lips of his sorrowful master and says with a twinkle in his eye, "A shadow in the shadows will I be." The bright motley, the hollow suit, the mask hiding its owner's face, and the graceful, subtle movements. Before you stands a harlequin, another representative of the multifaceted Eldar race. The Xenos catches your eye and nods. For a moment, the play of shadows on the mask appears to twist its expression to a mischievous grin. They come to Finland in July. I thought you were coming to Germany in July. You said summer, and summer you might come to Germany. Why are you trying to twist the truth again? We've had many gruesome tales about the atrocities of the Dark Elder, but their cruelty and violence always involved Astrobel Vect, the Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, the supreme overlord of Comora and the most dangerous of all his dark kind. Can both come? And it will depend greatly on whether I can get my personal issues sorted, which by July is probably not going to be the case. But I do appreciate the offer. Let's just listen for now. Marjai has you right. Considering the circumstances, the council finds Archon Eramerus guilty. The light of your truth cut through the shadowy veil concealing her transgressions. However, how dare you insult the council with such a pathetic complaint? You should have ripped Eramerus' heart out with your own hands and granted her soul to the Vect if you wanted to atone for the mistakes of the Reaving Tempest. When I know my summer holidays, I can check the flights and all. Yep, just let me know. I'll be here. Marjai's eyes widened, filled with astonishment and disbelief. He seems to have been certain of the outcome and did not expect what he's hearing now. His lips twist in an enraged snarl, hatred directed at the Xenos on the throne. It finds no outlet under the gazes of the dozens of Dark Eldar in the chamber. To contradict my decision is to contradict the decision of Vect himself, fool. Allow me to discipline for your weakness. Today the Drakon will lose his wings and plunge to the very bottom of the chasm. You will go to the arena to atone for your mistakes and impertinence alongside the rebel you have dragged to Comora. If you are true Drakon, you will rise again. If you do not, your suffering will satiate the birth. Let out your weapons and follow the guards. I will let you keep what little dignity you have left. This is my final gift to you, Marjai. Dun dun dun. They cannot see satisfaction and makes an unfamiliar gesture. The guards will go to you. Let's return to you, Eramerus. The Arlequin's laughter interrupts the Archon and echoes under the walls of the chamber in a resounding baritone. And all the masks upon the marks now stand. The slave of vanity the spire ascends. The thief and traitor cast downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all, their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. Wait, I need to read that again. All the masks upon the marks now stand. The slave of vanity the spire ascends. The thief and the traitor cast downward by her hand. And to all, the fate depends upon a lead unseen, a grey or clean. Harlequin leans forward and eyes with genuine interest. Is this how you treat the hospitality of Comora, a Rebellion? The Archon angry balls his fist, the shadow of his wrath hanging over the Eldari interloper like a thundercloud. I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. The Xenos sweeps into a theatrical bow without taking his eyes off Nasrakai's face. You, Archon, speak a just tribute, in truth. Fate's melodies and snarls fantastic have entrapped me here. When I heard them play, I could not keep my lips from getting white. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat. To where the curtain waits to rise, the laugh with no beginning now sends forth the call. What? Can you please stop executing me?
You'll regret this.
The world is an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless. No, you rest. In the murky gloom, slowly dissolving to nothingness. Sometimes your repose is troubled by unpleasant and persistent tremors coming from the place where your legs used to be. You do your best to ignore them. Away, you vulture, this is not your prey. A vaguely familiar voice reaches you through the curtain of darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you have heard it before. Was it just recently or 100 lifetimes ago? The trembling coming from your legs is replaced with a violent jerking motion, and then it finally stops. From this phantasmagoria retreat and deftly seize my merchant vagabond. The puppet master's strings left dangling. You again rise up to take your place and dance. A spark ignites the darkness, and its light ruthlessly cuts through the gloom that envelops you. An ugly image of the reality around you assaults your retina. You can feel your body again and realize it is filled with pain. Your shoulders sore from an injection. Rogue trader Victorian the Second, Victorian the Second Mamlenkis lies before you. Kneel and help me to rise. The stranger's tone speaks of bored indifference. Let your hauteur a steady crutch become, and vent his elbow offer up. Every single inch of your body is suffering. Satisfied with this result, do not delve into the detailed examination of your misfortune. All your equipment is gone, as are your shoes. Not my shoes. You don't even have a knife at hand to fend off enemies or to open your veins. You are surrounded by the dead, numerous corpses, mutilated bodies, and pieces thereof. Humans, Dark Elder, and other xenos unfamiliar to you lie motionless in this gruesome mortuary. Your eyes refuse to focus on the blurry figure of the person who came to your aid. He appears to be tall, and your mind emphatically refuses to continue. Very moment of concentration causes you suffering. I have seen you somewhere before. Who are you? The dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will, and agony. And where am I? Among the shadows in the wings you lie, where Chorda pulled the puppet's master strings. The stranger intricately links his fingers to mimic the tools of a puppeteer. My companions, where are they? Not here. The roles have been decided now. But if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together, or to do. This overture and verse the final lines. The merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark you now upon your pilgrimage, and take my parting gift, a humble prop. The stranger deposits something in your hand and disappears into the twilight. It's a pistol. It's a single pistol. An unremarkable and weak pistol. The engraving and coloring surface of armor development and enemy is something that it might possess. You may have commanded multiple planets and millions of lives in your former life, but in this new reality, even your own feet will obey you. As if to punish you for your arrogance, your disobedient limbs send a sharp jolt of pain up your body. Overcome this trial in the Emperor's name, for your service to him is not yet ended. Fuck! Your cracked lips futilely try to utter the words of a prayer. The familiar lines slip away from you one by one, devoured by the murky gloom of your errant thoughts and flashes of pain. But you refuse to believe the Emperor has abandoned you. If you cannot pray to him right now, you must get up and survive so you can utter 1,000 more prayers later. Make another attempt to get up. Your bare feet feel like they are stuffed with rags and refuse to obey. You have to draw upon all your willpower to suppress the rebellion and stand upright. The pain that engulfs your whole body immediately makes you question the wisdom of this act of defiance. Okay. I'm in one of the worst places in the entire setting. Armed with a paltry pistol. And that's done. It's going to be amazing. But the question is, will it be amazing next time? Because I am getting tired. And my tongue is getting sluggish to read all that dialogue. So even though I've not even played a full 3 hours, I'm inclined to call it a night and just go to bed early today. Your tongue is straining. Ha ha ha, it does, doesn't it? But I think this is a good time to save. Fresh in a new chapter. I was hoping to just cruise around in my ship and blast pirate ships apart and build my colonies and stuff. But apparently I first have to escape bloody Camera of all places. What a shame. But it should prove interesting. Next week. So tomorrow I will play not Rogue Trader, but I will continue with Warcraft. The Chronicles of the Second War mod needs continuing. Where I'm like about halfway through, I think. So that I will play around 15 o'clock UCT +1. If you are interested, you're always welcome to be there. Also, thanks a lot for all the people who joined today and kept me company. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I did. All fatigue aside, but it was fun to play this again. So I just hope to see you all again soon. If you want notifications and stuff on when I'm online again, just hit the follow button. And yeah, thanks again for everything, and have a good night everyone, and see you soon. Bye bye.